catch 'em all.
Alright guys, so today I am taking a look at a pair of pants that I guess you would say are active wear or lounge wear depending upon what you choose to do with them. I personally like them because of how soft they are on the inside because of the fleece lining. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. And I'll show you what they look like when you're wearing them, but I wanted to show you some of the specific details of these pants. Because they are kind of designed to be for cyclists more than anything, I believe if you read the listing and if you look at the design, which we'll look at. So you have this little pin that holds these, or this card here. So this is what is attached to it, just so you can see. So I chose the large size. It fit exactly as I expected. I'm gonna assume that's gonna be kind of the case for everybody if they're consistent with their manufacturing and quality control process. Hopefully everyone else will find that that is the case as well. It says it's a 100% polyester. It is a stretchy material made in China, and I went with large, and I am 5'8", about 125 pounds. Not a super large person by any means, but yeah, there's the information. So the pants themselves are going to be to a degree water resistant, not waterproof. Keep that in mind. And you can always go a little larger on the size in terms of the waist in case you want to get a more baggy fit, which is what I prefer personally. And it gives me a little bit more length in the leg, which I'm fine with, but some people may or may not be. It depends on what you like. But the reason that you can go a little bit larger is because it is a drawstring style. Now, I've already went ahead and put these through the laundry, so I went ahead and tied the ends here and then put a knot here that can be pulled out for laundry purposes, so I don't have to worry about losing the cord. So because you have the drawstring style, it's very easy to lock these into a tighter size, even if they are a little bit on the larger size, without too much issue. Now you will, of course, to some degree get some bunching if you go too far, so keep that in mind. Now all the stitching appears to be done really well. I really like the feel of the outside of the fabric. It's just very smooth, and that's of course that polyester aspect, and then you have that stretchiness as well. Now the fleece on this is not gonna like pill up a lot. It's not that super dense type of fleece that you can see a lot of the peeling where it peels up and little balls are created on it. This is more, I don't know if it's even a micro fleece maybe, but it's more of a very thin fleece, so there's not super thick pants, but they're very, very comfortable, with one exception, which I'll speak more about in a moment. You do have the front pockets, which are just normal pockets, no closure or anything, and they sort of have a breathable lining. I don't know if you can tell, that has like holes in it and everything. So it is breathable, so that's nice, and that's one on each side. And then the reason that these are more cycling pants is because you have this very small pocket on the back. So you got this zipper, and you have this, like, I guess this is going to be a reflective type strip here, and inside is going to be a pocket that stops right there. So you're literally not going to fit much more than maybe an ID card and a key or something. But if you're on the bicycle, your phone is going to be either like a messenger bag or a backpack or mounted to the handlebars probably anyway. You're not going to want them in your front pockets because it's going to be very uncomfortable when you're biking. So that is going to give you the ability to carry some other things. Unless you do have that bag, you can just throw your stuff there. You don't have to use any of the pockets. And that's a nice option as well. So very simple, very smooth operation of that little zipper. And that's of course going to be in the middle of the pants. So you'll see that again in a moment as well. The only real branding you're going to have on the left hand side is this little logo, and then over on the right hand side you're going to have that. So somewhat subtle, it's not really in your face too much, and that's cool. Now you do have, and this is above the right knee and the left knee, this zippered area here. And the reason for that is for ventilation. So similar to what is on the pockets, on the inside of the pockets, is this sort of mesh with holes material. And it does actually provide legitimate ventilation. You can feel a difference, or I can feel a difference at least. Going from outside to inside of an air-conditioned vehicle, I definitely noticed the difference in this area where it was open and air was able to permeate through easier. So that's nice. And then the other thing that I wanted to share with you is around the ankle area, you have adjustment, just a Velcro style, sort of a rubber piece here and a Velcro style. So if you need to cinch that down in case you want to tighten that up for whatever reason, maybe water if you're outside and everything. Like I said, they are water resistant, so that's nice. So you have that option and you can kind of dial in the size that fits, for you. Now, the one thing that I think could really be improved on these, and it may be because of the size I chose and my height as far as my leg length, that's going to vary between individual, so it's going to vary a little, but because of the design, it's not going to vary as much. If it was a straight across design, it would. This is at an angle, and that's going to mean that for more people, this is going to be potentially problematic. So if I hold these up, you can see, hopefully, that there is sort of an angle. It's not straight across, but it is angled. It's a seam right there. And that seam kind of comes right above or right at the knee. And for me, it's not bothersome to the point where I won't use these pants, because I definitely will use them. They are very comfortable. But it's more bothersome than I would like, because you can feel that seam on the inside. And that is not the most comfortable thing. If it was just completely smooth, that would be ideal. Or if it was a design on the outside somehow that didn't somehow translate to the inside as far as the seam goes, that would be nice. You also have, like I said, the reflective areas. I guess you have a little bit of a pattern here. I don't notice a lot of reflection on that. The fleece lining is from top to bottom, and that feels really nice, super soft. So really, really pleased with that aspect. All right, so I just want to show you some up close, detailed aspects of this. And now I guess I'll just show you real quick what they look like when they're worn, so you can see what that looks like as well. Okay, check it out. All right, so hopefully you can hear me well enough. So I wanted to get far enough back. You can see these will cover over the shoe. So if you have the tongue of your shoe and everything, it'll help to hold them down. So that will reach and be fine for me. And as far as the waist, even without the actual string being pulled tight, the elastic on this is just enough to hold up without sliding down. And again, extremely comfortable. The pocket, as I mentioned before, is right in the center across the back. So if you're riding a bicycle, that's going to keep it out of the pockets here, so that as you're biking and your legs are moving and everything, you're not going to have things falling out of your pocket or even bothering the actual motion that you have. So these are very, very comfortable. Again, the logo is not super intrusive. It's relatively small. And over here on this side, now what I mentioned before about this piece going across, as you can see, here's my knee, there's the line. If I stand straight, it touches just at the top of my knee, and I can feel that. And that is a little uncomfortable, because you always feel like there's sort of a string that's sort of tied around your knees a little bit. When you pull it tight like that, you feel, it tightens up. So that's my only real complaint. The ventilation, as I said before, works really well. You can feel the cooler air here in certain instances more than others. And I wanted a more baggy, because I like a really comfortable type fit. If you're going to use this for active and you want something more baggy, that's a good option. Go one size bigger than you expect. If you just want to use it for active wear, it does have enough stretch and give that it shouldn't be really problematic. So hopefully that gives you some idea of what you can expect from these. So they just look really good. There's no kind of belt loop, so you need to kind of tighten the drawstring down to fit where you want it, of course. And because you have a lot of string to work with, You can cinch these down, fit a variety of people. That's pretty much it, I guess. If you want to find out more about this, there'll be a link below the video. You can check that out, maybe read some of the other reviews and read any other details. But hopefully I've covered pretty much the things that you care about that might be relevant to you in making a decision, okay? Otherwise, thanks for watching.